hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication.
Stabilize!
Weather's so nice. Let's go have a walk around. frogs croaking? Silly frogs. They're singing along to the sound of the rain. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Ah! The weather's so nice. Let's go have a walk around the harbor.
That tingle? Gather! You're open!
Cry out my illustrious name. A wonderful sight indeed. Why, it reminds me of my homeworld, where at the sight of the Princessin de Ver-Urthalan, the very blood and tears of sinners turn to ice. Achoo! Achoo!
Not only their blood.
I create... I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrt...
Solidify!
Stay put! Go get it, Yugway! Wings of darkness! Come, sever night!
Stabilize!
Nova, get them! Yeah! Ja! By royal right, man! That hurts real bad!
Solidify!
Midnight Phantasmagoria! Nice and spicy! Wait, did I leave my apron outside to dry? Don't be scared!
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the adventure. Thank you for
Let's go gather some samples. It's so hot. Even a mist flower would melt in this heat. Now that I think about it, it wouldn't. But you get what I mean. Keep up.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where...
Whatever would you do without me?
This is order.
Eat this! Ready, go!
Solidify! Stabilize!
By royal decree at the frying pan, Shadow Raven, let night fall! Stay put! Nice and spicy! I summon thee!
Solidify!
Don't be scared!
Stabilize!
At the frying pan, it's you, Blaine! Stay put! Odds revealed!
Gather! Solidify!
Boba, get them! You, Blaine, you're up! By royal decree! Go away!
Stabilize!
Odds reveal by... Boba, get them! Nice and spicy! Don't be scared! By royal decree!
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Boba, get them! You, Blaine!
Solidify!
Stay put!
A blade embraces its duty. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. Oh. Or not.
La da 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 da. Need my... Huh, I'm here. I'm flying!
Oh, ow! Where did that come?
Odds for me! I'm the frying pan! Nice and spicy! By royal Booba, get them! None of this will go to waste.
Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. Oh. Hmm. from?
Whatever would you do without... Out of the frying pan! Oz, reveal thyself! Nice and spicy! Emerge! Shadow Raven! Black Knight fall! You're toast! Right now. No more games!
Becomes the hunted.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Oh. Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Oh. Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
The neighboring nation of Liyue has the most prosperous commercial party.
I will have order.
Wings of darkness! Come, race you!
Stabilize.
Odds for... Ready, go! Ha, ka, Boba, get them! Ja, ha, ha. Shadow Raven, let night fall! Stay put! That really hurt! I'm the fried pan,
Gather.
nice and spicy!
Stabilize.
By royal Boba, get them! Eat this!
Order guide you.
Don't be scared!
Solidify.
I'm the fried pan! Odds reveal! Boba, get them!
Gather. Midnight Phantasmagoria.
I'm the fried pan! Stay put!
Stabilize.
All right,
Solidify!
By royal
right here, emerge. Nothing lasts forever.
Stabilize!
nice and spicy.
Right now, right here, emerge.
Wings of darkness, come, sever.
I will have order! Gather!
Boba, get them.
Right here, emerge.
You're toast.
Stabilize!
Oz, reveal the nice and spicy.
Right now, emerge. I'm always watching. Right here, emerge.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Order guide you! Gather!
Boba, get them.
Right now.
By royal decree.
Ha, right here.
Stabilize! As you wish, main Fräulein.
Nice and spicy.
Emerge, right here, right now.
I will have order! Solidify!
Act right, man. Oz, reveal the...
Emerge. A sight to behold. Right here, emerge. I charge a higher rate.
I'm feeling a little off.
Still a lot of soul inside.
By royal decree! I want to help.
Stabilize!
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Oz, reveal thyself! Animal test 6308, absorption test! Boom boom!
Gather! Stabilize! Gather! Solidify!
By royal decree... Motion to compel!
No rest for the wicked.
Wings of darkness! Ha! Ja! 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 Ta! Ta! Boom boom! I can't wait any longer! I'll lead the way! Oh, Traveler! I assume you've heard about everything that's been going on out there. What on earth is happening?
Don't worry, we can explain everything. So, what happened was...
After the Tenryou Commission arrived, they suddenly became alarmed. They keep having secretive discussions and won't allow me to have any direct contact with the Tenryou Commission. I never would have thought that this was Sir Kamisato's plan. I'm sorry. I haven't. Maybe there's no right or wrong decision. Maybe everything would be easier if I simply didn't have the choice. I used to tell myself things like this to avoid having to think about it. But once I saw the notices appearing out of nowhere on the streets, signaling that the wedding was confirmed, I didn't feel reassured at all. Instead, I felt a great sense of regret. I keep thinking back to what Sir Kamisato said. This is supposed to be my bright and beautiful future. I can happily accept that if someone was trying to take advantage of my marriage, I should absolutely refuse to go through with it. But that's not the answer I'm looking for. And also, now that things have escalated to this point...
Ah, Lady Hiragi, here you are. You scared me from... You? Wait, you're the ones who were with the Yoshiro Commissioner that day. What do you think you're doing here? Are you trying to convince Lady Hiragi to leave?
Calm down. They're my friends. They're just here to visit me.
Friends? Are you sure? Lady Hiragi, I told you already, these are exceptional circumstances. You need to be more vigilant in everything you do. You are extremely important to us, and to the entire Conjo Commission. Who's to say they don't have a hidden agenda?
If you want to accuse us of trying to abduct her, just come out and say it!
Don't be rude. You've been very highly strung lately, seeing everything as a threat. Listen to me. I know all the ins and outs of everything that's happened so far. Her arrival, the present state of affairs in Rito shows me that the situation has escalated well past the point where you could hope to control it. This is not an order. All I need you to do is give me an explanation and take responsibility for the...
Understood, my lady.
Good job, Chisato. You handled that well.
I was so nervous. But I thought things are now so critical that I should at least give... Yes. Well, let's wait and see what happens.
We had a serious discussion, and in all honesty, no one can handle the weight of the situation here. I'm so sorry. My actions were radical and duplicitous. I was selfish and ignored. Would you please give us a second chance? For my lady's sake, please give the I suppose you're the only person who can change the Tenryou Commission's. We'll head off to the Kamisato estate shortly and beseech him to help us with the utmost sincerity. Lady Hiragi, might I ask you to join us? You are the most important person. Without you, we have no other way. By the way, aren't you a good friend of the Yashiro Commissioner? Please put in some good words for me. Yashiro Commissioner, I'm sure you've heard the news. The Tenryou Commission has now occupied Rito, refusing to leave until we hand Lady Hiragi over to them. I realize I have greatly offended you with my atrocious actions, And I realize also that this must sound like the very height of absurdity. But please,
I'm sorry, Mr. Matsura. I'm exceptionally busy and have but a moment to spare. So, please, if you would be so kind, get straight to the point.
I know our apology means nothing to you, but we really have nothing else left to offer by this point. I'm terribly sorry. Everyone in the entire Conjo Commission now realizes the gravity of this situation. Lady Hiragi is indispensable to us. We promise to always support her. So, would it be at all possible for you to talk to Sir Kujo once more, on our behalf?
You make it sound so easy. The Tri-Commission will be ridiculed by the public if we choose to withdraw the notices now and eat our words. What do you plan to do about this? To lose face for the Tri-Commission is to bring shame to Her Excellency. Are you and your associates ready to face the thunderous wrath of the almighty Shogun?
We'll take full responsibility. We'll publish a new notice and hold a conference to explain the situation. We will make sure that the public knows this was all a huge misunderstanding. We'll do everything we can to minimize the impact. Everything we can.
Master Matsura, you should have known it would come to this. Whatever were you thinking? But the Tri-Commission must always put the interests of Inazuma first, regardless of what Sir Kujo and I may feel at this present moment. If the situation in Rito is left to fester any further, things may get out of control. But Lady Hiragi and the inhabitants of Rito are innocent. If we fail to contain the situation promptly, the rumor mill will wreak havoc on the Tri-Commission's reputation. Try keeping a pet bird. You'll see what I mean. Songbirds who know how to hold a tune can be very pleasant to listen to, but they can also become irritating if they don't know when to stop. And as for the ones with excessively long tongues, well, they're so insufferable that they can't be kept as pets at all. But it doesn't take a moment to cut out their tongues and silence them for good.
Yes, I understand.
I've listened to your concerns, and I'll talk to Sir Kujo for you.
I understand.
All right, you ought to return now. I'm sure you have a sizable mess to deal with back in the
Okay, then please excuse me.
Ah, yes, Lady Hiragi. I have something to tell you. Would you mind?
Oh? Why, of course. Sir Kamisato, you became a completely different person just now. It felt so intense.
Unruly servants like him need to be severely reprimanded. As a commissioner, the almighty Shogun trusts me to do her will. I did as I should. But now, I'd like to take off my commissioner hat and share a personal story with you.
Oh, please. I'd love to hear it.
You must have heard that the Kamisato clan once went through an extremely difficult period. My father worked incredibly hard to compensate for the grave errors made by the Kamisato clan long ago and restore our reputation. The work took a toll on his health and ultimately led to his untimely demise. My mother loved him dearly. She passed soon after. This sudden turn of events dealt a heavy blow to the Ashiro Commission. Behind the scenes, things became very unstable. Everyone thought that the Kamisato clan had lost power. That made my sister and me nothing but burdens, hindering the ambitions of others. It may sound preposterous now, but I assure you that is the truth of what the Ashiro Commission has been through.
Huh. Pretty similar to how the Kanjo Commission is now.
Back then, I had no choice but to accept the position I was in. While I desperately looked around for powerful supporters, I endured smear campaigns and attempts to exploit me. I had no other choice. I had to honor my parents' dying wishes, and I also had a young sister to take care of. I didn't mind what became of me, but my family. No one can ever be allowed to trample over my precious family. Fortunately, I persisted, and the Kamisato clan was able to survive this storm.
I think I now know where my sense of loss and confusion was coming from. Shinojo once told me that he saw what was in me in a way that no one else did. That's why he couldn't bear to see me live the rest of my life depending on someone else. I thought the reason I felt unsettled was because of uncertainty over getting married. But the fact is, it's because I felt too young and inexperienced to handle the situation facing me.
The reason why Sir Kujo was able to face the prospect of marriage so confidently is because he's prepared for anything.
That's it. The situation I'm facing now is the same one he faced back then. When his clan was in crisis, he bravely drew his blade and challenged the almighty Shogun. And now, it is time for me to make a stand and become my own person.
Well said. I'm sure once you have grown and gained confidence, your father will... It might not sound exciting, but this kind of personal growth is a
And I'm sure I can get there. I will use this as an opportunity to take over the responsibilities of the Hiragi clan. This puts less pressure on Kamaji, and means I can support and protect...
My best wishes to both of you were and remain heartfelt.
Thank you, Sir Kamisato. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to deal with back home.
Take care, Lady Hiragi. I'm confident that on...
Yes. In fact, my recent experience suggests the same.
She really has the air of a leader now. Hats off to you too, sir. Everyone thought there was no way out until you pulled the...
In fact, counter-checking is a perfectly common maneuver in the game of chess. Our rival this time was easy to deal with. He was smart, but short-sighted, and sloppy in his execution. This outcome is entirely within my expectation.
Even so, Paimon could never come up with a plan that cunning in a whole lifetime. Anyway, It's kind of a relief to see that Chisato has decided to set the Hiragi clan straight.
I agree. Stability in Inazuma benefits me as well. I wasn't about to pass up an opportunity to make less trouble for myself. Well, the fact is that perhaps for Master Matsura, power is his life's pursuit. But for me, nothing matters more than the stability of Inazuma. A stable nation is the prerequisite for a stable Yashiro Commission. Only then can the Kamisato clan and the other Yashiro Commission clans have a peaceful existence. But human desire will always be a factor in the equation. This is not the first situation of its kind, nor will it be the last. All I have tried to do is make sure the three parties to the Tri-Commission serve to restrain each other. Stasis is not the only form of stability. A balance of power leaving no room for... Another positive outcome is that everyone recognizes how important Lady Hiragi is now. I think I did her a sizable favor in that regard. Dealing with the Hiragi clan will be much easier for her than navigating a new and unfamiliar one.
There were so many things at play over this one wedding! Wait a second! You weren't trying to stop the wedding from the very beginning, were you?
I thought straight away it was bad timing. Nevertheless, everything I said to Hiragi Chisato was entirely sincere. If you choose to give up your stance on something once, you'll be having to compromise for the rest of your life. I didn't want to see her suffer because she didn't realize what she was getting into. Now, she has the chance to become her own person. Let's see who she becomes.
Okay then, guess we'll have to wait and see.
All right. Farewell, and profuse thanks to you both. I shall have to host you at the Kamisato estate when my sister is next available.
Looks like everything's resolved. Masterfully done. Everything was perfect. Well, except for one minor...
Didn't you like it?
Oh! My lord?
The Traveler had one of those as well.
I'm sure she's made a great impression on you.
The Traveler did indeed play a critical role in this case. I'm sure both families would have been more guarded against... It wouldn't have been so easy to get to the heart of the matter.
There you go again, my lord. Placing the focus on other people while discreetly performing your job to perfection.
Naturally. Ah, yes. Now that we're both free, let's finish off that game of chess we started a few days ago.
My goods! You got them back, huh? Thank you, Your Excellency. And thank you, Captain. You see, I told you I was innocent.
I'm not so sure. You could have easily planned the whole thing.
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, there's nothing to suggest he had any correspondence with them. Had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have left some evidence of it.
But what if...
No ifs, no buts. We've recovered the goods. As agreed, this is sufficient to establish his innocence.
Apologies.
Guess we got carried away.
What did I tell you? You army numbskulls don't have a clue. All brawn and no brains coming to me with your crazy conspiracies.
Sir, I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you, but hoarding essential, you have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures.
Wait, Your Excellency, whose side are you on?
I have no business taking sides. As the divine priestess of Watatsumi, just as merit must be recognized, mistakes must be penalized. You may have been proven innocent of the more serious allegations.
Wait a minute,
Well, don't just stand there. Take...
Your Excellency, he says all the goods belong to him, but it doesn't add up. Those of a Tenryou Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. Leave the shrine paraphernalia to me. As for the rest, I'll leave you to sift through and try to track down the owners. I know, that's a lot to ask.
Not at all, Your Excellency. We're on it. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of collusion in this case, but our people know what they saw. Something is going on between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. I know the peace talks are coming up, so please keep an open mind.
I understand your concern. I'll be sure to give it further consideration. I'm going to take these items back to the Sangonomiya Shrine. Why don't you come along for the walk? Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you. It's been a long time since I last came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine. You know, the earliest shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya. It was close to the Statue of the Seven. Back then, the people of this island recognized the Shogun's existence. But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was abandoned. Relations between Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate have soured ever since. Mistrust has become deep-rooted over time. I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule? Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay? All of our fates depend on you.
Thanks for your concern, but I'm fine.
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all this time fighting the Shogun's army, peace is not something that can simply be declared. If we reconcile with them, the god who once protected us will have died in vain.
Come on, that's ancient history. Besides, the fighting is barely over. We should be grateful to be at peace once more.
I know, it's just... we should remain strong in these negotiations. We mustn't be too ready to compromise.
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully, and be sure to proceed appropriately.
Wonderful. We're all counting on you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you at a place like... do you know? My daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into Sangonomiya, I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency directly... I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but so...
Well, if she comes to Sangonomiya, I'll look out for her.
Your Excellency. Boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year.
Oh, Your Excellency! Isn't this the captain of
Your Excellency!
Please, remain calm, everyone. I'll get around to all your queries. Though, for the longer ones, I'd prefer it if you could write a report and submit it to the shrine. Then I can respond... Are you alright? This kind of thing is water off a duck's back for you, huh?
Your Excellency, here you are. There's been a situation. We're still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch of ceremonial items. I'm beginning to worry that they've been stolen.
Oh, we retrieved those already. No,
really? That's fantastic. You never see. I sorted through all the petitions received recently and placed them on your desk. Also, according to the schedule, you're just in time for your meeting today on the development of...
That's today?
Yes, the two young ladies have arrived safely. We're just waiting for you.
I see. Oh, let's rendezvous tomorrow at the entrance to Sangonomiya Shrine.
Yay! The victory feast! Just to be clear, we're talking lots of delicious food, right?
That's the name of the game. There'll be some Watatsumi Island specialties, which I'm sure you'll enjoy.
Great! See you tomorrow, then!
Should be a bit better than stuff like that.
weird. She doesn't seem like the type to show up late to things. Let's wait a little longer. How is she still not here? Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment.
So strange.
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such a scenario in her... let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, only as far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes.
Kokomi really does think of everything.
Stabilize!
Are you sure this is the right place? Feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna meet up and get things ready for the victory feast today.
It's you.
You got sick? We'll go find it.
No. It's nothing like that. It's just... my energy is...
You run on energy?
No, it's just a figure of speech. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I can't always be the infinitely capable person I present myself as. You noticed? I guess I had to be honest. I'm not really cut out to be a leader. At first, my dream was to read up on military strategy and perhaps become an advisor. Constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve. You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. It doesn't come naturally to me. But because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the Divine Priestess, sooner or later. Like it or not, it's just the way it is. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the... I have to make a speech tonight. And I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong. This peace was hard won, and I want them to feel at ease.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I was reading a book last time I was here, but... I only got...
We'll find it for you, and then we'll read it out to you.
You do that for... I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look. Whoa, look at all these petitions. So does Kokomi make time to deal with these even when she's resting? Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. Consolidated Annual Report on Fishing. This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives she has to write and the people she has to meet day to day. Let's track down that book and help her feel like herself again. Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted? Swordfish Captain came back.
That's just, Give it here!
Guess that was the... It's gotta be this one, right? Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one, so she must have finished reading those already. Ooh, it's pretty dense. Paimon doesn't understand a thing. Well, let's take it over and read it to her. Is this the book you wanted?
I'm not sure, actually. Could you read a bit out loud?
Kokomi? Oh no, tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention the future. She does look pretty exhausted. Avoid disaster. Pretend the war's over. Did you see? Yep, you've been out for ages. It's near.
I can't. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole. Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves.
Woohoo! Kokomi's.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech before the festivities begin.
Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think you've got enough?
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two,
That's great! We'll be rooting for you.
Welcome, everyone! Today is the day that we celebrate our... Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryou. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, this feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion, and I'm concerned that something might happen.
Okay, sure.
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace, and it's all recently. Well, the biggest thing for us is that during the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little fish and shrimp. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were crying. We'd go to bed ravenous. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you for your service. Here, have a fish.
Oh!
Come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry.
Okay, well...
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nature's remedy when you overdo the barbecue. Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatu? It's funny you should say that. The soldiers seem excitable, though. He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me if... It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Yeah, I really hope we don't go making any more trouble for ourselves. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information. If you still have...
Sounds promising. Let's go see what that guy's deal is.
Huh? Wait, don't. You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon.
Nuh-uh.
Is that so? All anyone talks about. Do you remember what the most important thing is to the You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. I'll answer your questions, but only if you can be.
This? What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
We'll see about. You're a strong fighter. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe Captain, Comrade. We made it up. The story about the Tenryou Commission colluding.
What? Poor Kokomi's been. What the heck were you thinking? This could send you right back into war with the.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea that what's to stop the Tenryou Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop? We are the resistance. Everything hinges. We can't trust the Tenryou Commission or the Raiden Shogun. But we can put faith in ourselves. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kinda make sense, but something about it doesn't feel. Yeah! Everything you said just now was pure speculation, wasn't it? Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked so hard for, all because of some imaginary situation that may not even happen?
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all of this. What would you understand? For the sake of victory, we embodied the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? We were all in. Now they're suddenly trying to tell us that none of it matters. You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person. But how can I? How can I when every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryou Commission and never forgive the Vision Hunt Decree. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever.
Too late? Darn. Doesn't seem like. What are we gonna do? This is really. A few things. The whole thing about the Tenryou Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They made it all up. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's too late to try and stop.
I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling. I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to.
Well, that's no good. Do you?
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral it would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryou Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we chase...
Sounds like a really tricky situation.
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Whatever happens, I will find a way to ensure they do not come to harm. Let's meet here again tomorrow. Well, here. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex. I took the liberty of writing them all down. This way...
Whoa. Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed... Wow. There's so many! But you've...
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are, but any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is, of course, mine to shoulder.
Excellent.
It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes. Where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. She's here to bear witness to... She experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it. The first item is the Maritime Administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels. We intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to...
That's fine. But if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your...
Negotiations seem to be going...
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi. And the same has been true for your people. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to engage. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro Commission full authority.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize...
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with up, not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough. Comrades, never trust the Cujo. Let's get them!
Protect Madame Cujo!
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it?
The last one. But hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu. The situation has changed. Please rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, Madame Cujo. This is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have you two, here, now! Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion.
We were approached by a few Fatui. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi. With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation.
That's enough. When we return, might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please, grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
But of course, Madame Cujo. I have every confidence in your ability to resolve. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both...
Seems like Kujo-Sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should be...
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather taxing. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you. That way, you can capture them all in one fell swoop.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now. Until we meet again.
Your Excellency, we...
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Your Excellency!
I have already been informed on the reasons for your action. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was pure—
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory!
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequence. During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water and don't need you dragging them back underneath once again.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault isn't— it was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will. But...
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. It was our— Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe, and you and your comrades will all be welcome to join. But be warned.
Your Excellency, what are you—
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive— I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you!
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency.
I think that's finally everything in hand. I can feel my energy level starting to drop. Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been, recovering. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time. Do you think so? To be honest, I'm still along. In the past, I was concerned only with winning but I realized now that wasn't going far enough. I have a long way to go. But that's okay. If I can't make the journey in one giant leap, in short, I've still got some maturing to do.
we could help with?
Yes. I'm afraid that I have another task that requires your assistance. The Adventurers Guild has recently received a commission directly from the Tenryou Commission. The assignment is both urgent and dangerous. After assessing the assignment, the Guild has concluded that seasoned
Just another day on the job for us!
Allow me to explain. The Tenryou Commission recently issued an arrest warrant for a young Oni by the name of Arataki Ito.
An Oni? You mean those big, tough-looking guys with—
That's correct. This particular Oni is quite vocal and audacious, so he already has quite the reputation on the streets. That said, so it came as a surprise to learn that he has recently been accused of stealing things, and sometimes even— But it doesn't end there. When the Tenryou Commission dispatched a Doshin to apprehend him, he assaulted the Doshin before making a getaway.
So let Paimon guess. It's up. No problemo. This does sound like a job for the Traveler. She'll be—
I have complete confidence you will succeed. However, please exercise caution. This Oni also happens to hold a vision, and is the leader of an organization known as the Arataki Gang.
You're right. We have no idea what we'll be up against.
We are still investigating Arataki Ito's potential motives behind these incidents, as well as his current whereabouts, but please ask around in the streets as well. Thank you. I will
Well, let's start asking around on the streets. Hopefully we'll learn a—
Arataki Ito, and to be completely honest, I was a little
Wait, you mean he—
No, not exactly. So, on the one hand, he's a larger-than-life kind of guy. But on the other hand, he's emotionally volatile. I don't personally see him as a bad guy, but I guess I wouldn't put it past him to get all riled up and lose control. I'm afraid that I'm not too sure myself. When someone asks for it, he's willing to lend a helping hand, but other than that, he's just out making his... If I had to guess, his lack of income...
Is it just Paimon, or is this Ito fellow?
I'm afraid that I don't have much else to tell you. Perhaps you could try asking around?
Okay!
Arataki Ito? Oh yeah. I heard about that whole thing. I'm sure I'm...
Huh? How can you be so sure?
No, perhaps you misunderstand me. When I said he could never do anything dastardly, I meant maybe a story will explain it better. So, he used to spend a lot of time playing rock, paper, scissors and hide and seek with the kids on the streets. Kids, being kids, aren't exactly the most difficult to outsmart. I'm sure you can see what I'm getting at here. He used to lose all the time.
On purpose, though, right?
No, not at all. The one time I saw him win, he started jumping around and yelling, "I won! I finally won! I'm unbeatable!" And then he took the kids' candy as his prize and ate it right there and...
Ugh, that's just plain wrong.
He did take it way too far that time. The poor kid started crying, so I stepped in and gave Ito a scolding. He was pretty quick to admit that he was fully in the wrong, and it wasn't long before the kid had stopped crying and was laughing and playing again as if nothing had ever happened. In fact, the children quite like playing with him because he's always serious about the stakes and never throws a game on purpose. So, I suppose what I'm trying to say is a guy who can't even beat kids at a children's game really gonna be capable of these kinds of diabolical deeds?
Huh. He doesn't sound like a bad guy at all. In fact, he kind of sounds like a man of integrity.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. Still, the Tenryou Commission's evidence against him is supposed to be irrefutable. So, I'm not trying to condone his actions or anything. If he really has messed up big time, then he should face the consequences just like anyone else.
Thanks for the info. We'll keep asking around.
My store is offering the latest in fashion. Come and have a look.
Arataki Ito. Of course I know him. We've been trying to apprehend him recently. We know he's already left Inazuma City, but with no clues to follow, we have no choice but to commission others for help, including the Adventurers Guild.
Catherine says that Arataki Ito hasn't done anything seriously bad before. Paimon's curious.
Yes, of course. Otherwise, we'd never have put so many people on the case. For starters, most thieves will try to devise a way to conceal their identity, but for an Oni, the horns are a dead giveaway. I mean, the whole city could have recognized it was him. At first, he was just one of our suspects, but when we went to investigate, he personally confessed to everything and started trying to provoke the officers. What's most frustrating is that he then managed to escape along with his entire gang. He must have been planning the whole thing right from the start. Of course he did. Whether material or psychological, there is plenty of evidence either way. He's never had a Mora to his name his entire life, and he's never kept down a real job. Word is that he also takes care of someone in his gang, and that the burden of it takes quite the toll on him. After scrounging for a living all these years, maybe he thought that being the bad guy would be an easier ride. As for his psychological motives, it's a bit embarrassing to talk about, but we confiscated his vision during the Vision Hunt Decree. At the time, Arataki Ito put up quite a fight. It took a huge amount of manpower and resources. The Vision Hunt was a mistake. But we never expected that he would go to such extreme lengths to take revenge on us.
He does sound a little unstable, just like people have been saying.
If the two of you are able to capture Arataki Ito, please bring...
Thanks for all the info.
Have we really
Too bad we
run out
still don't know where he could have run off to. We already got word on the street, so maybe it's time to talk to a real specialist. Paimon remembers that there's a detective agency here in Inazuma. Maybe we can try asking there. On closer inspection, it seems...
Grasp the thought in mind. Clear like the light of the moon.
No, it's not hear my summons, it's heed my...
Hey! What are you guys up to?
Whoa! Sheesh, you scared me. Okay.
Incantation? Are you guys...
Junkichi is trying it out, to be specific. He's hit a bit of a creativity block recently, so, I mean, I obviously don't. But Junkichi never listens to an...
Mr. Shigeru, can you please be a little more accommodating? People have had all kinds of wishes come true. Become more attractive, get rich quick, ace their studies. I'm just a poor, struggling writer looking to... Anyway, I just know this is going to work.
Didn't you say the same thing when you went to make your wish at the Grand Narukami Shrine? Oh, I just know this...
The Omamori from the shrine take too long to have any effect on your luck.
Look, to be completely honest, look at you now.
Wait. What?
Yep, it's from the one called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. No, it's most likely a self-published title. It just appeared out of... As a fellow writer, I'll refrain from passing comment on how well...
Look, Junkichi, yes, everyone's saying it's real, it works, but that's only half the story. I've also heard lots of people saying that...
What's so surprising about that?
Why don't we go to the Grand Narukami Shrine and ask? She's the expert when it comes to both Great, you're here!
Well, hello there, young ones. What brings you to the shrine? It just so happens that I have a wonderful novel here. I highly recommend it. Oh? Well, what did you want to ask?
Well, we were just...
No.
Lady Guji, what do you mean, nothing major? I'm begging you, you've got to help me save my brother.
It really is nothing major. I stand by that.
You two seem to have a good relationship with Guji-ai. Please, put in a good word for— Here's what happened. My name is Kato Yohei, and my brother is Kato Shingo. All he's ever wanted is to become a swordmaster. Domon turned him away. Took one look at him and said he didn't have what it takes to train in the art of the sword. But my brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day, but since his victory, he's been acting extremely strange. It's like he's become a completely different person. The doctors can't find anything wrong with him, so I'm betting it
You know, there really aren't as many evil spirits lurking around as you seem to think. Your brother achieved the goal he'd been striving toward. If it were me, I'd just leave him be for a couple of days.
No, Lady Guji. If you saw him for yourself, you'd know. I guarantee you.
Oh, all right. Then tell—
About...
5?
Yes, Lady Guji. That's a long time for— Our greatest wish is to one day found our own school, just like Domon. We can't jeopardize—
Wait a minute, now I'm a little confused. Are you here to save your brother, or are you here to make your dream—
well, they're—
Whatever. Let me ask you this.
What?
Oh dear.
Lady Guji, please stop changing—
Miko, he seems really desperate. His thing with his brother—
Okay, fine.
Yay, Miko!
Kato, whatever your name was, these two guests are trusted acquaintances of mine, and in fact, they are experts in resolving all manner of strange—
Yeah!
Is that hesitation that I detect in your voice? So let me get this straight. You come back—
Not at all, never. Whatever Lady Guji says, I trust wholeheartedly. Thank you two for your willingness to help. Please follow me.
No, hold on a hot second, Miko. We may be a lot of things, but we ain't exorcists.
Don't worry. If he wants an exorcism, just grab a handful of salt and mutter some It's a common trope in light novels, right? You just have to have a bit of bravado. As soon as the protagonist gains self-confidence, everything else just magically falls into place. Well, you were the ones who seemed concerned about his situation. Besides, we both know you wouldn't be here at the Grand Narukami Shrine unless you had a request for me to—
This feels all wrong.
All right, let's go. Don't worry now, I'll—
Okay, let's follow Yohei and go— What is going on here? Granted, you can never be quite sure what's going on in Miko's mind, but she seems even more disinterested than usual in Yohei's situation. Well, a life's at stake here, so it looks like we'll have to deal with that first before we'll get the chance to ask her about the incantation stuff.
How strange. My brother—
Meditating?
Yeah, it's something that he suddenly started doing after defeating Domon's disciple. But that's not important right now. Where the heck could he have gone?
This does pose a bit of a problem. If we can't— Kato, whatever your name was, given the circumstances, why don't you start by going to find your brother?
Okay. Okay, got it. I'm on it.
Miko, what about us?
No need. While What's-His-Face is handling that, we'll take a walk around and...
Hello, sir. We'd like to...
Oh, are you debt collectors? Yohei said to tell you not to work.
Huh? Debt collect... But, it sounds like you...
Well, yes. I don't think there's any disputing that.
Huh? But Yohei said his brother is always...
That's true, yes. Shingo begged Domon to take him on, and eventually, he finally relented. But even after convincing a renowned sensei to give him a chance, in the end, Domon had had enough and kicked him out. But Shingo was resentful about it. He blamed Domon for not seeing his potential, and even declared that he would challenge a disciple of Domon to a duel.
Wait, what? That's not what we heard.
Oh, how interesting. We heard a slightly different version. My brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could and finally proved...
Yohei said that? That Shingo trained hard. That's ridiculous. He just lay... Yohei did tell me about Shingo winning the fight, but I took it with a grain of salt.
Hey there, we've come to ask...
Oh.
Yeah, we heard that Shingo...
Yes, it's true. Wait, so are you here because you...
We're not here to sign up, but we would...
Oh, you've come to the right person. I actually went to watch it. I thought it was a joke when I first heard that Shingo was going to challenge a disciple of the Meikyo Shisui art. The way he handled his blade, it was like flowing water. Mesmerizing to watch. Domon's...
Is Shingo really that
Yep, he seemed pretty euphoric after winning the duel, too. He was celebrating very vocally, saying something like...
Any other details to share? We've heard that Shingo has been behaving rather out of character since then.
I'd definitely say that he has more energy than he used to. In the past, he never used to do much except lie around sunbathing all day. But just yesterday, for example, I saw him cutting down trees for the village head. In the space of one afternoon, he did what most people couldn't...
Quite...
Things got weird after that, though. The village head brought out some tofu for him, and he just flipped out. He shouted, "What is that stuff? Keep that away from me!" And then ran off.
Lady Guji, esteemed exorcist, I found my brother. He's at the waterfall, and I've got the salt you asked for, too. Come on, let's go!
Oh, as much as I'd prefer to stay and hear some more...
Look over there. That's him at the water.
So this is Yohei's brother. Whoa. He's meditating while sitting... Hey, listen!
Woo! Can you feel? Found your own school. Ha! So please, spare me! Spare me! I can't feel the... I can't take any more. I'm gonna... Yohei...
Did you hear that? the nonsense aside, he's
Huh? Who goes?
He stood up! And now he...
No, don't come any
What do we do? Miko, think of something!
Oh, poor Yohei. Your brother's life is hanging in the balance, and he's using his final... The way it looks to me is that Shingo feels terribly resentful to you.
I don't know what to tell you.
You don't know. But surely you should... Yohei, I suggest you think very carefully. Your brother is your closest relative. You must have noticed straight away when he started acting out of character. And yet, 5 whole days pass before it occurs to you to come and seek help from me.
But, I...
As you wish. It's fine by me, but after Shingo dies, you'll be next. It's futile trying to escape. Anywhere in the world you run to, it will be right behind your back. After all, you did summon it together.
All right, I'll talk. I'll tell you everything. Yes, that's it. The one that's all the rage right now. You just have... Just like the book described, we drew the magic symbol, stepped inside it barefoot. After my brother wished to become a swordmaster, it really worked. Out of nowhere, he suddenly had these... Because... If that happens, it'd ruin our plans to start...
So then, why'd you go to the Grand...
Well, because with the way he's acting now, I was worried that rumors might start spreading that he's gotten involved in the occult art. So I was thinking that maybe Lady...
My, look, stop deluding yourself. These newfound sword skills are not his. They
You're right. We were wrong to do what we did.
All right, then. Your turn now, my little friend. Toss the salt, and then draw your sword.
What is that?
It's the spirit!
See that? That's what you summoned. And look, now that Shingo's no use, it's coming straight for you.
Save me!
Miko! He fainted! What are
We do, but you, little one.
Come on.
He's coming! Be careful! Nice and spicy! Don't be scared! Eat this!
Gather! This will end you! Order guide you!
Out of the frying pan!
Cheap tricks!
Stay put!
Cut down!
I haven't felt this great in a long time.
He disappeared! But he looked... Well, Paimon sure is confused.
We can talk about it later.
Shingo, are you all right?
Yohei, I had the weirdest I dreamed that I wasn't a useless loser with a sword anymore. I thought we could finally open a dojo of our own now. But then I realized I couldn't control my own body. I was terrified, and I wanted to take control of my body back, but I couldn't.
Shingo, we shouldn't have made that wish. We summoned a...
Yes, and had we not come to your rescue, your life would have been over before too much longer.
Thank you, Lady Guji, and thank you for your assistance.
All right, take him to get some rest. He will experience a high fever, but it won't be fatal. At this point, I would normally lecture you on the dire consequences.
Yes, we understand now.
Thank you, Lady Guji. We'll be on our way.
Miko, would they really have lost? And if so, why the heck were you...
They would have been... I had to scare them a little, though. Otherwise, I hardly think these two...
So, what?
You saw it all for yourselves. I'm sure you can figure out what kind of spirit had possessed him, can't you? Correct. Although it possessed Shingo, it didn't have any ill intentions. As a matter of...
Fair enough.
Tossing salt caused it to temporarily leave Shingo's body. Then, you exhausted its strength by fighting it. Even if we'd done nothing at all, Shingo would have eventually become too weak for his body to host the spirit, and it would have left of its own accord. Of course, it would have been more stressful for Shingo and Yohei that way. Still, the experience may ultimately have been more effective than me scaring them into submission with a little exaggeration. All right, seems like we've wrapped up everything here. Come on, off we go.
Hold on, Miko. You say everything's wrapped up, but are you sure about that?
Hmm? Oh, you mean that they got the incantation from that book. Yes, I know the one.
Actually, that book's the whole reason we came looking.
Human beings don't have powers like us yokai. It's quite understandable for them to be interested in incantations to summon the super...
That's not the point. The problem is that the incantations in the book are actually capable of summoning spirits and stuff. And loads of people are trying it.
Even then, humans only have so much strength. Even if they do...
But who wrote this book? And what do you think, Traveler? You're right. Big events in the light novel market should be at the center of her attention.
Lady Yai, I finally found you.
Kuroda, what are you doing here?
I'm here to report on Yai Publishing House's sales for the last month. All the numbers are here. Please, take a look.
Let me see. What? We're losing market share?
Yes, overall bestseller, reader's favorite, and trending ranking. We're being beaten in all categories. One book is topping the charts. It's called A First-Hand...
Both of you, back here now!
Miko? What is it? You have a really scary look on your face right now.
Things just got serious. A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is an all-round hit, summarily beating the novels of the Yai publishing house by every analysis. Just what is that supposed to mean? I have to come up with a counterplan, and you are going to help me.
How is this our problem all of a sudden?
Paimon, please. Who wrote this book and why? Don't we think there might be a bigger safety risk here? Oh, am I to take it that the safety of the people of Inazuma isn't so important?
Wait, what just happened? Again, you technically have a point, but this feels all wrong.
Nothing's wrong, okay? Come on. We're going to war. I'm going to head back and make some preparations. Meet me outside the Yai publishing house.
Miko, we're here. So what's your plan of action to deal with this rival book?
Why don't you take a guess? I'll give you a hint. It's to do with the Yae Publishing House. Oh, wow. Wrong.
Yeah!
A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is the hottest light novel right now. If in bending over backwards trying to warn everyone about the dangers, all we would accomplish is to create more curious readers.
Okay, yeah, that would...
Leaving aside the issue of the enormous manpower and resources such an operation would require, going to such lengths over a light...
But that means there's...
Well, I've read a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. It has... The book contains many ancient kaiden, or tales of the supernatural, and is... I think we're going to have a difficult time trying to rein in its popularity. That's right. How do you get rid of the next big thing? So what we're going to do is create Inazuma, smash our rivals' sales numbers, and win our readers back. Incidentally, this will also be the best way to combat the influence...
Wait, Miko, so you want us to write a novel?
Well, becoming an accomplished novelist certainly isn't an overnight process. But let's not forget that I am the chief editor of the Yae Publishing House. I have my ways. I did say this is what we're going to do. I trust that the word teamwork is in your vocabulary. Anyway, there is a writer submission event going on at the moment. Start by talking to readers and finding out what they're into. When you have I'll be at Uyu Restaurant. Find me there when you're done. I will...
The key to a success when to use good illustrations can make There's a saying that light novels, the illustrations in a first...
I'll be honest. In most traditional, by contrast, the protagonist...
I've been reading these days, though. Not only is it a good...
There's much more to light novels than Paimon realized. Let's go tell our findings to Yae Miko. Race you!
There you are. You've already met Junkichi and Shigeru. Shigeru is Satomi is Yae Publishing House's ace in the hole. Her specialty is that she can write all kinds of completely different stories, and they will be teaming up with a... Now then, tell me what... All very true. An original core concept, a fast pace. More importantly than that, Even though it's a work of fiction, we have to deliver a sense of...
Paimon followed pretty much all of that, but there's still one question. For example, we know we need an original core concept.
Before you can answer that question, you have to understand your target audience. Take a first-hand guide to summoning spirits, for example. When I read it, all I find is common knowledge to the kitsune. But to the general public, it's bursting with new and interesting ideas. As a traveler, there must be a great many things you know that are complete unknowns.
Oh, right! So maybe we can take inspiration from our time in but that would make it a completely different...
Not at all. You don't have to worry so much about how to compete with that book. As long as the core content is interesting, my
Alright, let's start with Chapter 1 then. What are you thinking? No one would ever go for that!
Out of a maximum of 10 points, I'd give that a 9. Is there really flying emergency food in other worlds? How does it taste? And how do you cook it? It's a strong opening. An easy way to grab the reader's attention. Never underestimate the...
Hey!
Good job, little one. You're not only drawing on your own experiences. Thoughts from the experts? Are we able to work...
Yeah, we think it works. I tend to overcomplicate the core concept if I'm not careful, so this deals with that problem.
That's good. Okay, we're done with Chapter 1. Let's move on to Chapter 2.
Huh? Won't that...
Readers will devour your content a lot more quickly than you'd think. If we'd... Hurry, Chapter 2, let's go.
What's wrong with you? You don't look so good.
What a pity. I thought your
Before it came to what?
The bane of our existence. Writer's block. It's your arch nemesis for life, appearing without warts. When this happens, the best thing you can do is have a bite to eat. Boss... Don't worry.
Your treat? Oh, wait a minute.
Of course. Everyone that takes part in the
Alright, cool. Then let's press on, Ooh! Does this mean your inspirations come back? The protagonist awakes to find themselves turned into a geo. But then, the protagonist suddenly discovers that they have a... So the protagonist rolled and rolled and rolled. So, the protagonist is no longer a human, huh?
I give it a 9.5. Monster evolution is an increasingly common theme these days. What started out as a rather niche, and I wouldn't worry about the continuity issue. All we have to do is explain at the beginning of the work that the protagonist can travel between different worlds, or just explain it away as a dream.
No integrity whatsoever.
The most important thing is that it's fun. In light novels, as in life, having fun is the most important thing. Wouldn't you agree?
You do kinda have a point.
Great. Well, now...
Leave it to me, Lady Yai.
Let's write about Inazuma in the 3rd chapter, shall we? I can help with this one. We can use the Vision Hunt Decree or your experience in the Resistance. Any ideas?
When the Vision Hunt Decree comes out of nowhere, the protagonist find out how the protagonist goes on to make great contributions to the war effort, become best friends with the
I think it's rather good. A lot of people still like the classic hero's journey, from ordinary soldier to great leader, a fresh take on a timeless classic. One thing, though. We'll need to rewrite the part about me giving you the Omamori. Let's change it to... The mysterious Lady Kitsune teaches the protagonist a spell that can make their wishes come true. The protagonist uses this spell to defeat the Raiden Shogun in battle.
Whoa! So we're really going head-to-head with our rival on this one, huh?
I suppose so. Once they're done writing the...
Are we done then? Do you really think this will be able to be...
The content is fine. Now we just need to promote it. I will contact an artist to make some illustrations. I'm positive they will be at least as good as those in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning. She runs a regular Q&A column in That's Life magazine. The people of Inazuma absolutely adore her. You're free to take a break while the creative team is doing their work, but please go by the Yai Publishing House at some point to commission Ms. Hina for that recommendation. Once our light novel is complete, let's meet at the writer's submission event.
Miss Hina doesn't usually do endorsements, but since it's Lady Guji that's asking, we'll see what we can do. With Miss Hina getting so popular lately, a lot of people have come to us hoping to do a collaboration. But Miss Hina's not interested in any of it. She still prefers to focus all her efforts on replying to readers' letters, and turns down every promotional opportunity she can. Maybe that's why her fans like her so much. I'm getting off topic here. Anyway, if we can get that endorsement from Miss Hina, you'll definitely get an exposure boost at the beginning. May your light novel sell well and set a new record.
We'll do our best.
Everything is going smoothly, just as I planned.
Are you sure you'd like to submit this entry? Let me see. The Miraculous Adventures of the Traveler by Thousand Hands.
What a strange pen name. Definitely your doing. Having been around you so much recently.
What do you mean, strange? It took a lot of work by a lot of different people to get this thing fit.
We'll get this printed as a matter of priority and conduct trial sales in pilot locations throughout Inazuma.
Uh-oh. Hyman's getting a little nervous now. Do you really think this is gonna work?
That's right. Be confident.
Okay, then I'll sign you up. Please come back in 3 days. Thank you all for your submission.